on the road, and I got some pulled pork at Arby's. One thing I forgot to say is getting the aura photos going. She's looking at it and it's all crown chakra, like third eye crown chakra, lavender and violet. She goes, and she goes, "Oh, you need grounding." And I said, "That's why I eat meat," because I've got to have the heavy grounding. So that was funny. Now we just went to get on the road, and all of a sudden I'm hearing a knocking. Knock, knock, knock. Literally a knocking as I'm getting on the freeway. It's not my imagination. So that is bizarre. So, I mean, yeah, just a lot of bizarre things happen. Now, I had just spoken with someone I called, and just was speaking about the things that are happening, the transmissions that's coming in, the elevating of this energy, and the same thing is going on there as well. This is different than the, if you have Kundalini, you hear the nod, okay? You hear this tonal. This is different. And she said, yeah, same thing. And a lot of stuff is coming in and amping up. And I said, it's part of the transformation. It's, what's happening. So we talked about it, for a bit as to what's happening, what's coming in. And, more of this stuff is going to amp up. So don't be surprised if you are somebody that's sensitive. And I do have a few people on this channel that are sensitive, and don't be surprised, more and more of this is going to be taking place. Now, for those of you that are fully 3D oriented, shall we say, and you don't have these expressions, just live your lives, okay? But there are people here that are very sensitive and are waking up and having transformations taking place. And so that's why I put this out there, because there are some people that are going through this and definitely are feeling these transitions taking place. Today it was interesting to do the aura photos thing and then doing the one in Sedona. The one in Sedona was kind of, not really going into full channeling mode and stuff, but changing a bit of the energy, so that's why. The one today was just going in normal, okay? Going in normal. And I wish I would have taken the phone with me and taken a picture of the monitor, and then you could have seen better what the color was, because it was a beautiful lavender color. In that photo, it looks more pink, but it was very much a lavender and violet and lavender. And then the other one, you know, on that type of paper, you just doesn't show. I wish, again, I would have taken a picture of the monitor. And then you could see better. But the other one in Sedona, you see the colors brighter. So again, the blue, one blue coming in this side, and then the other one giving out is that more of that turquoise color, which is a bit more of the galactic type things. Okay. So yeah, when I'm driving, I'm not surprised that it's, you know, third eye and the top chakra, because when I'm driving, I feel the energy of the people around me. I can tell when somebody's getting ready to come over. I can feel them getting ready to come over. I get out of the way. Okay. It helps to be able to feel that energy before they make a move, and you know that they're going to be coming over. But I have to say, getting on the road and hearing that knocking, that was bizarre. And it was loud. It was 2 raps. Okay. Those are going through that transformation and things. You know, I urge you to listen to Bashar. Daryl Anka channels Bashar, and I have not heard one thing that he has said that I disagree with. I know what he is saying is absolutely correct. Okay? And I know it because of my own journey. And so, you know, I just like the way that things get put, the way he says it. And his humor is quite funny as well. It's quite, yeah, it's pretty funny. But when he channels, when Daryl Anka channels, he gets totally out of the way. And he said when he's channeling, it's like he's in a dream state, and he can have an ongoing conversation with Bashar, as well as Bashar, you know, talking through him to others, which is interesting. often than not, it's coming through from all the various lifetimes that are going on simultaneously across the galaxy. Whether it's from Atlantis or whether it's from, prior to coming into form, or whether it is from one of the other simultaneously going on lifetimes which have come through before based on what I needed to know at the time for this journey. Yeah, I know it's a bit confusing how everything can be going on at the same time, but it is that way. Now, somebody was just saying, it's so bad we have to be so cautious and wish everybody could just live their best lives. Yeah, but start living your best life now. Anyway, start living your best life. And don't be drawing in the fear. Don't be drawing in that, live the best life you can live in this moment. Shift from I wonder if, I hope, maybe, into yes. Yes, I'm going to do this. Yes. What was that one movie? There was that one movie with Jim Carrey. I think it was Jim Carrey, where he went into this mode that everything that they came and asked him, he'd say yes. Whatever it was, yes. What was the name of that movie? Because I don't remember, it just flashed in where there was that movie with him, and I think he was such a liar, and then he had to he shifted into this mode that everything that they asked him or everything they wanted him to do, he would say yes. Some things, and that's just that transitioning. Even though all this stuff is going on, you don't have to take it in. Your vibration can raise higher, and you feel a lightening up taking place. Because I do feel that coming in now, this lightening. Coming into the system more and more. For those that are transitioning into this higher dimension, you can start living that dimension now, and things will feel much lighter. So that is possible, because I can feel it coming in now. from, you know, staying immersed in that negative and the shadow and the drama and the fear mode and all of that, into that this is already shifted. Okay? This is already shifted. The rest just has to catch up. Okay? But you can already be shifted into that higher dimension, that higher timeline. And continuing to go forward to make these changes that we want years ago. Bring them into alignment now. Yeah. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. I know the people that are watching it that just want the tarot reads and want the, you know, the down and dirty what's going on. They're not at all interested in any of this, and that's fine, you know. But there are a few people on this channel that do want this information and are in the midst of that transition. Okay? Like I said, I get tired of doing the all the political crap, because I don't want to continue to substantiate that drama. But I know that a lot of people want to continue to hear what's going on, but in a balanced manner where it's not just, you know, going off on a tangent into negative, because that's not what we need. We need to bring others up, and those that are, you know, regretting their votes for Trump, etc., you can't keep playing the blame game, because it doesn't help anything. Okay? It doesn't help anything. And no matter what happens, there are lessons to be learned from it. Okay? So the lesson to be learned from this is just seeing the shadow what it is and recognizing it, being able to recognize it more fully, more easily. And so take what good you can get out of this, rather than just seeing it in a negative. Okay? So get what lessons you can. Like I said, the yin yang, you've got the light with the seed of shadow that you can gravitate to, or the dark and the seed of light. Well, grab that seed of light and hang on. And get the experience that's going to benefit you out of it. Okay? Because you can get growth out of this. Maybe seeing as well that you don't want to continue to dwell in the negative. Okay? That you need to sometimes disconnect from it. The negative is going to have their negative. Okay? Let them have their negativity. But it doesn't mean that we have to wallow in that. Because I tell you, I can feel a bliss. There is a bliss here. There is a lightening up. There is this coming in that people can gravitate to now. I'm telling you it's possible because I feel that coming in. I feel that more substantiated today. You just have to be willing to drop the shadow, drop the negative, drop that drama. And knowing that what they want to play out, they're going to play out. But we don't have to participate in that negative. Okay? They can backbite and be at each other's throats, etc. if they want to. Doesn't mean that you have to be a doormat. Sometimes there needs to be tough love. Each person has their own journey, and some of them needs to go through the school of hard knocks. Really hard knocks. Okay? And if that's their path and that's their journey, then let them have that journey. If you've had that journey and you're done with it, then turn away from it. And continue to bring more light in. Here goes one of those big, ugly, rolling trash compactors. I don't know why anybody would want to buy that ugly Tesla truck. They just remind me of a rolling trash compactor. Ugly, ugly, ugly as sin. But each to their own. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here, and I'm just going to keep pedaling down the road. 98 degrees out there today, so it's warm. Sky is blue. Some little white clouds. Maybe I'll melt some clouds or do some cloud division or something while I'm coming down here. Always fun. You know, I keep trying to figure out how to bring them into manifestation. It's easy to get rid of them. Getting to where you can subdivide them, but I haven't figured out how to bring it into full manifestation.